What's going on, YouTubeites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box and the weekly comic book shakers for November 12th. Ask yourself, what is a shaker? Comic book shaker is the everyday cover price daily shaker list. Calls out the comics with the highest sales value sold that day throughout the week. And here we will pull more interesting ones and elaborate on them. Actually, you can find the link to them down there. Make sure you could sign up for a 2-week free subscription. There's about 50 on the list, and it changes daily. So we pick up the 10 that are really cool. And this week has got some wild ones on there. Everybody is busy or sick tonight. Even my man, DJ Curse. He's starting to do his Twitch DJ shows at 5 p.m. now. So, I said, don't worry, brother. We still got you on Tuesday. Hopefully he'll be able to come back maybe next Thursday. But DJ Curse is doing his thing. So you just got me and Darkside Jedi. But you know what? Doesn't mean we don't have no music at all. That's me. Maybe I'm going to hit you with something that, let's get right into the intro, boys and girls.
Now let's do this. Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last. Jump.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is faithful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do it. We're here. We're back. Word up.
Get to what y'all.
You can't get fresher than this.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 5 greatest heroes. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
When it comes, I won't even notice.
Oh, how so?
I'll be too busy looking good.
Can't understand.
Over breaks like skate. I'm down with ACP, 2 special K to cornflake. I DOG, any sucker tryna gas me. The KAZG, simply considered crafty. With more fat jokes than Red Fox wrote. You showboat, you couldn't warm it up with hot cocoa and a house coat. We get it swinging like the Red Sox with dreadlocks. I throw on my boots in case you're tighter than a headlock. Hard like a cock and dropping shit just like a buttocks. I got you constipated, so here's where the shit stop. You jock my dick like a chick and play the kink game. Can't be fly if you can't fly a plane. You can't be a captain if your name ain't Kurt. You can't swing a dreamy if your mic don't work. You can't be rapping hip hop if the shit you're rapping's who?
Can't touch it.
Yeah, whoever said that, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, that gets me hyped up. That's
Yes,
right. I do. I am growing out the Mongolian here. Let me.
Can you get the hands going? Let's see.
All right, let's see right there.
Get those hands going though. You got to get the eye of Agamotto. Come on, man. Hello. What happened? Did Tim leave us? Oh my gosh, is it up to me tonight?
No, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it says I lost my mic there for a second, but it's been a long.
I was about to lose my mind.
It's been a long day. Shout out to everybody in the live chat, man. Comic Talk Weekly, Victoria Pagak, Red Lodge Crow, our friends at Beyond the Blast Doors, killing it with all the Mandalorian sub living room comms. Sparks Comics. Shout out to the Spine Tick, Sith Lordly holding it down with the wrench. T Ravis Comics. Keith Newman. Sorry that DJ Curse wasn't here, man. Copy 801 says I look like starting to look like Doctor Strange every day, and then Doc J says I look like more like Manny Pacquiao mini me. It's vice versa. I'm 6'4", so Manny Pacquiao is my mini me. So I think Manny Pacquiao's like 5'7". I'm 6'4". So
it's true.
Yeah, it is a work through. So as we say, boys and girls, this is the Cover Price top. Well, I don't even say a top 10 because they're not in any order, right? They're just 10 books, right?
That sold the 10 books that
shakers. Yeah, they're shakers, man.
They sold for a lot of money.
Yeah, and so, we just like to go through them and highlight some. Once again, this show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com, sign up for a 2-week free trial, and you get all kinds of goodies and newsletters that they drop on you. They just do a great job. I hope you guys watched last week's show.
Fantastic website.
I hope you guys watched last week's show when we had Matt and John on. Matt is incredibly knowledgeable. Shout out to Pressable Defects for partnering up with CBSI. If you guys didn't know, Matt DeVoe, who is the co-owner of CoverPrice.com, started with CBSI way back when. I mean, there's a ton of guys in the community. I know a lot of them that started from CBSI. Simple Man and Bolo also started on the CBSI. I mean, they were the first ones to really do the speculating thing for comic books back on the Google Plus days. That's how long ago that was. Back on Google Plus. This show is also sponsored by our friends at Rocket Comics. Go to Rocket Comics. Tell them the Lord sent you. Get 20% off your pressing order. They got some signings coming up right now that are pretty darn cool. And my boy KRS Comics is killing it. Go to KRSComics.com. Use discount code LOTLB to get 15% off any KRS Comics exclusives. They got some dope books coming up right now. Speaking of which, our friends at the Geeky Swag Shop, use discount code LOTLB to get 10% off. And right now we're taking pre-orders on hoodies since it's getting a little chilly. It's $50 for the zip up, which is a really nice plush high-end hoodie, or zip up hoodie, and then the pullover, which is $40, and those prices are shipped. And yeah, so there you go. Right. See, I have my hoodie on right here. Ryan's got his pull up right there. You see how dope that is? So our friends at the Geeky Swag Shop are taking pre-orders right now. So make sure you get them in. It is starting to get hell, it's even chilly. I had to turn on my heater again today.
It got cold today. Yep. It got cold here.
Yeah,
I woke up this morning. It was 26 degrees outside.
Just 2 days ago, you were complaining it was 72 degrees.
No. First of all, I was not complaining. Let's get that correct. That was a beautiful day.
It's inevitable. It's coming to you. So shout out to Noah Gavril. Thanks again for the Cover Price 6-month subscription. I have been using it regularly. Great service. Thanks, Lords.
Awesome.
Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Really appreciate it, Noah. He was one of the winners of the two. The other one was Al Picknell, one of the members of the Spine Ticks. So there you go, man. Was I on Spine Ticks last Saturday? I was on Spine Ticks last Saturday. I don't remember, but I think I helped close out the show, and I think I was putting together sentences rather coherently, but we'll see about that, man. All right, so let's get right to it, man. We killed enough time. There's enough of you lathering in the live chat. About 6 to 7 of you. Appreciate you guys joining us. It's funny, the Shaker Show has just as many views as the Cover Price Top 10 now.
It's great information. I think it's cool. It's not about pushing what book you should go buy. It's showing you what books are just getting hot, or what's getting
it's
sold.
like the stock market, man.
Yeah,
analyze trends and see what's going on so that you can make a better purchase or better advise. That's another word I'm looking for, but it's been a long ass day, man. I thought today was Friday, to be honest with you. I was tripping for a second there. So
a better decision.
Yeah. So let's get right to it, boys and girls. So I am going to do the evens. I'm going to do the odd ones because I am an oddball.
You're an oddball.
So let's go over the top shakers of the week. And you know what? This is actually, this is a snapshot from one day because this list changes on a daily basis. So make sure you check out our friends at CoverPrice.com. Sign up. It's a great service and it's cheap. For a cup of coffee, you can get a month subscription. Really. If you get like, what are those Nacho Grande, tall, lot, whatever the fuck they are at Starbucks, then, I'm going to tell you a story, man. Before I digress here, my girlfriend makes me go to Starbucks to buy her coffee to embarrass me. and she has the longest order ever, man. Like, pumpkin spice latte, cream, non-dairy. I was like, man, I gave it to her. I said, can you just read it? And he goes, whose name is it for? And I go, Dirk Diggler. So there you go.
I saw this video on YouTube where this girl had her boyfriend drive up and order a coffee, but it was like foofiest sounding thing. And it wasn't even a real order, and they just laughed at it.
They just made
really
it up.
funny.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. Shit, if somebody told me, I wouldn't even know. When I go, it's just like, can I have a cup of coffee? They're like, what kind? It's like, motherfucker, I don't know. Whatever.
2 creams, thanks. That's it for me.
I heard you.
No sugar. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
the show just became adult. All right.
All right. PG.
All right. First one on the list, boys and girls. Look at that. A-Force number 3, the Mark Brooks 1 in 25 variant. Mark Brooks is one of my favorite artists. He brings detailed pencils and polished colors to give his art a very distinctive style. This is one of our favorite Mark Brooks covers. Shuri actress Letitia Wright recently mentioned that an all-female Avengers film is only a matter of time, which is nowhere near confirmation. However,
we know it's going to happen.
Yeah, that did light a fire under A-Force books, including this cover, which sold $225 for a raw copy. And it just looks badass, kind of roller derby for all you old kids. Well, I guess maybe people who watch any that show about the roller derby stuff recognize this. But, roller derby used to be a thing. It was like, how do I say, roller derby was professional wrestling on wheels.
It still exists. There's places.
Yeah, but it's like fake. And you know what I mean? It's like wrestling. So,
well, I just watched the Harley Quinn movie, and they had it in there. That was a part of it. So it's popular.
But there's real, roller derby. But the ones that came out, like when we were kids.
Oh, it was like professional wrestling.
Yeah, it was totally professional wrestling. You had the heels, you had the good guys. It was fun. But 225 bones.
Wow, that's crazy.
For a raw copy. I've never seen this in my life. So this is Mark Brooks 1 in 25. A-Force number 3. Like we've always been telling you guys on every show that we do, man, any little news that anybody drops, especially somebody like a director or an actor who just hints at something, automatically collectors just go out there and get it. It's amazing. So if you're not on Twitter, you should be on Twitter, because a lot of times these actors will go there and just look on what's trending for that day, and you'll see some reason or other it's Avengers or DC or what have, but next thing you know, it's blowing up. So I'll get to something a little bit later, but it's something you guys want to look out for. So A-Force number 3 is the first one on the Shakers list. All right, Ryan, you get to read number 2.
All right.
What is it?
Well, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 648. This is the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Girl 1 in 100 variant.
Holy cow.
That's a mouthful. With Aranya still lingering, one of her rarest covers in the more updated costume, which you see here in the black suit, which first appeared in Young Allies Volume 2, number 6. This is the 1 in 100 J. Scott Campbell variant. This week, it had its highest sale yet, $1,599.99, $1,600 for a 9.8.
Wow. I would have never thunk this, but
no,
it's one of those rare occasions where a 1 in 100 actually goes up in value. We always talk about variants are kind of fickle, but I've been collecting for a while, and I think the trend is starting to move now. People used to get your 1 in 100 and flip them like the same day. But now, if it's a 1 in 100 with a first appearance or something, hold on to them.
I think also the artist probably plays a part. This is a J. Scott Campbell, so let's not forget that.
Yeah.
But you're right. Keep those 1 in 100s.
1,600 bones.
Wow.
Good Lord have mercy. All right. So next one on the list is Amazing Spider-Man number 648, the J. Scott Campbell Spider-Girl 1 in 100 variant. All right. Up next, there we go. She's hot. You should know she's hot. America number 2, the Art Adams 1 in 50 variant. When America Chavez was rumored to appear in Doctor Strange 2, her key issues and covers skyrocketed. This is one of them, jumping to a strong market value of $400 for a 9.8. Well, the heat is only getting hotter, and this week's big sale of a 9.8 is $600, which is odd. This isn't even her first appearance. Her first appearance, of course, is in Vengeance.
I think is there an appearance in here? I want to say there is, but I really
people in the live chat will correct us. But it's Art Adams. He draws women beautifully, and it's also a 1 in 50. So here we go, another high ratio variant, or is it low ratio? It's one of those. Well, whatever.
It's 1 in 50, right? High ratio. I think that's right.
High ratio would mean a lot, or anyway, you guys know what we're talking about, man.
It's a high number.
Yeah, it's a 1 in 50 Art Adams. So if you have this, congratulations. Go slab, because $600 on a 9.8 book came out in 2017. Not even first appearance. Correct me if I'm wrong, and if there's another first appearance in here that we don't know about, because I'm pretty sure her first appearance is in Vengeance, but it may have been just America Chavez.
This is a badass cover too, though.
Yeah, it's very nice. Hey, right in it for Veterans Day too. So shout out to all the veterans. Appreciate you too, Ryan. Thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day to Ryan and everybody else in the services. And let's get to the next one. Ooh, this is a fun one.
Yeah, so this one, we've talked about the actual book of this. You see the cover quite a bit, but Dark Horse Insider number 46. During the past year, subsequent printings, newsstands, and preview books have really changed the game for collectors, as we all know. With its CGC 9.8 sale of $450, we can now add this Dark Horse Insider as one of those preview books featuring a preview of Star Wars Heir to the Empire #1, which you've heard Lords of the Long Box talk about many, many times.
Yep.
As you may recall, this issue features the first appearance of General Thrawn.
And Mara Jade.
Mara Jade, that's right.
Yeah, so there you go. Shout out to my man Joshua for the $5 super chat. Homie from way back when on IG, J2, it's Josh Ramirez. I can never say his name, but shout out to the homie, the young homie Joshua throwing it down. Thanks for the $5 super chat, homie. Hey, do you post a lot of comics anymore? I don't see you. Do you? I think he has 2 accounts now, but shout out to my man Joshua, man. Cool cat.
Thank you. And I want to actually make a correction. I think maybe we got this script a little early, because if you notice, it's $600 now, not $450. So it sold for $600 for a 9.8. That is pretty impressive. Yeah.
Well, no, they're saying there was a 9.8, and then that's over $450, and then this one just came out that is a 9. That's $600. So, like I said, you guys got to check out the Shakers list. It changes on a daily basis.
It's daily basis. And you'll notice the sale, it says November 8th. So this $600 sale was November 8th.
Yeah, so that's very, very frequent, or at least new it is. All right, Dark Horse Insider number 46. If you have that on your 2002 bingo card, you're a winner.
Listen, post that on Instagram, and if we see it, tag us, and we'll give you a no prize.
Send you a Marvel no prize. Indeed. All right, next up is a book that I was surprised that's on here, but there you go. God of War #1.
Have you ever finished that game yet, you son of a bitch?
No, I haven't. I haven't even finished Spider-Man either. I was finishing up God of War, and the Spider-Man came out, and then I didn't finish that. Then the shutdown happened. I didn't play any video games at all, because I was like, it was weird. I was like, during the shutdown, I don't want to just be playing video games all the time. And now the Miles is coming out. I was like, damn it, shit. I wish there was cheat codes like back in the day of the Super NES that I could just put in there. Right, it's hard to get cheat codes now. Okay, all right. So, God of War #1. So, take this with a grain of salt, because we got this covered, which is a site, I guess you can call them. Said God of War TV show reportedly in the works and may land on Netflix. Pay attention to the keywords like reportedly and may. This is very unconfirmed. However, it got enough attention to push the comic appearance of this series to a new high of over $80 raw. This has also been sought after series amongst collectors who seek out comics based on video games, though mostly sold for $25. If this turns out to be true, prices will jump. This series was very scarce and had a print run under 10,000 issues, 10,000, and only 19 copies on the CGC census for the first print. Pay attention to the hard-to-find second prints, which looks just like it, but just a black and white version. It has a slightly different art with Kratos screaming and holding the blades closer. There are only 10 of these on the CGC census. So, for those who follow social media, websites, scoopers, we got this covered. Is one of the more clickbaity ones. I don't know what their sources are. And, I don't want to really badmouth them too much, because guess what? They have pushed some of our Lord scoops and Mikey Sutton scoops on their site before, because basically they claim they have sources, but then they also report other people's stories. So just know, be careful. If we got this covered, take it with a grain of salt. But if you can find it in a dollar bin, snatch it up. But, I don't know. I'll let you guys make the assertion. You got to go. We got this covered. They have like 10, 15 articles a day. The more clicks they get, the more money they get. So I mean, why not have a God of War series coming, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
people-
looks like, dude, it would be a sweet show. Come on.
I just wish they would have the money for it, because
Yeah,
obviously
right. CGI.
it would have
heavy.
to be really epic, like, Amazon money. I'm trying to think what other Netflix shows spent a lot of money on it, because if they use a low budget God of War, it's going to be God of Whack. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Daniel Barr says you should use Dick Ryder for your name of Starbucks. How do you know I didn't, bro? Come on now. All right. So God of War #1 from Wildstorm Comics, 2010. Wildstorm isn't even around anymore. That's remember DC bought them up. Yeah. I've never seen this, but back then I was thinking, who gives a shit about video game comic books?
Kratos.
Like, I love Warhammer 40K, but I wasn't about to go read any comics about it. I'd rather play the game. All right, so God of War #1 from 2010 sold a raw copy for $80. This one Ryan gets, and this is no surprise because of what's going on right now.
Hilarious, though. I've never heard of this book. The Incapable Trump, #4. Now, this is an unknown U.S. publisher. We don't know who it is. We know the guy, but we realize this is a politically sensitive time right now. However, this book has recently had an interesting way to distribute the limited series. The writer, Omar Mirza, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, self-published Incapable Trump 1 through 4, and previously distributed the first 3 issues at New York Comic Con. Limited to 200 copies, these would quickly disappear each year and then sell for hundreds on eBay. This year, without New York Comic Con, Omar instead created a scavenger hunt throughout New York City by leaving clues on their Facebook page with pictures of copies hidden throughout the city. This week, that's awesome. That sounds really cool.
Great guerrilla marketing.
Very cool. Very cool. This week, after multiple sales around $300, a raw copy sold for $420. With the subject matter inside, this was a very clever and fun way to give away a comic. What a cool idea. That
is, I mean, there's been some like things, obviously, there was the Obama SpiderMan cover, I think, obviously when he was, when Biden becomes president, I mean, if he is on any type of cover at all whatsoever, you know what? Snatch it up. I wonder if there is a Biden. Okay,
I think there is one already. I thought
regardless
saw one.
of political affiliation, we don't talk politics or religion on this show. If you do, boot you out of the live chat. But remember, what was the name? AOC had that comic, and it was on our top 10 for a minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Wonder Woman one.
Yeah. So anytime you see, I'm just waiting for the Incredible Bernie or something to come out. The Bernie Bros will buy that shit up crazy. There you go. That's right, Joey. Joey does comics. Yeah, there was recently I saw it online that Savage Dragon with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. There you go. Good job, Joey.
Put my camera up real quick.
All right, hold on. All right, let me.
This is guerrilla technology.
There you go. Is that issue out yet, or when is that coming out?
I don't know. There's glare. It's a phone.
Yeah,
you get the idea. You get the idea.
Yeah. So it was so there you go. One of the longest running comics ever is a Savage Dragon with so that may be the next one. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if it was, I thought it was just Eric Larson doing like a piece of art. I didn't know if it was an actual comic, but if that comic comes out, I'm telling you, people collect the weirdest things. Just if you see it, just snatch it up.
Collect what you like.
Snatch it up. All right. So the next one on the list is the Incapable Trump #4, which is interesting why they chose #4. Why not #1? Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's because Mueller's on there. I don't know. Robert Mueller. All right. Next up on the list. Ooh, a returning champion. Yeah, this book has been, people have been freaking out about this book for a minute now. So next up on the list is Marvel Previews #95. Preview collectors consider this the first appearance of Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Even if you don't agree that this is the first appearance, a CGC 9.4 copy still sold for $2,199 on November 6th, giving this a higher market value than the Ultimate Fallout #4 standard cover. Wow. This is the highest graded copy we've seen on the market, though CGC census does not show 5 9.8s and 7 9.6s. So this is a raw copy. So, however you feel about previews being the first appearance or what have you, you should, if you've been playing along at home now, you should realize that after people buy the first appearance and then they buy the first issue, like, Ultimate Fallout number 4, Miles Morales number 1, then they start going out and looking for oddities like previews and things of that nature. So it's just the way, put it, everybody's at home and
listen,
really don't have
folks,
much.
if you're not buying everything, you're behind, okay?
Yeah, it is. Well, when Miles comes out, this is going to blow up. It's already blowing up, but the PS5 game is, I think some people are already playing it, right?
Yeah, that's just from a video game, though. I mean, when his character is announced on for a movie, that book's going to blow up like Deadpool.
Yeah. It's only coming. It's only a matter of time coming. And the pressure that the actor is going to have is going to be huge. Like the pressure Tom Holland had to be Peter Parker, Spider-Man. I think the same. There's a whole generation of kids that grew up. I mean, us grew up Peter Parker's or Spider-Man. But if you think about kids who just started reading comics in 2011, 2012, and, they're from the Bronx, they're Puerto Rican, and they see this, they say, that's my dog, that's my dude. So there you go, Miles Morales. Marvel Previews number 95.
Into the Spider-Verse was someone's first movie.
I fucking love that film, man. I can't wait for the sequel. I wish Marvel would do more animation in that style. And you know how DC does their direct-to-DVD stuff? Hopefully, and I can't wait.
I just love how they did it with it. It felt like you were inside of a comic book. That was just
absolutely incredible. And I saw it twice, one in regular and one in 3D. And 3D is absolutely
for sure
mind blowing. In Dolby Prime 3D, absolutely incredible, man. I can't wait to get my hands on the game. You know what? But I'll wait. Hopefully there's some consoles left at Christmas time. I'm gonna ask my lady to buy me one for Christmas.
I'm gonna wait until the summer when the Pro version comes out. I just feel that.
What's the difference?
They usually do an upgrade. I don't know. They do something
like more hard drive space, or
something like that. Or like a little bit more high definition, or there might be a feature that the first one doesn't have.
Yeah, so we shall see. Doc J says he has his Djurvik variant, and that's the book, man.
That's the one.
That's the variant I have right there.
Didn't Otto win one of those on an auction?
No, he sold it.
Oh, he sold it.
Yeah, he sold it. I think it was signed too.
Oh my god.
All right, Marvel Previews number 5. All right, next up on the list, Skadoosh.
The Sentry number 1, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. There's really been no new Sentry news, but that's not stopping this book from selling. We had a high sale this week of $750 for a 9.8.
But this
was a raw for $300. What?
We scooped the Sentry was coming. How long ago? I forgot how long ago it was. But I remember I told you guys, and I went out and I bought a 9.8 for $270
prior to
so
COVID.
I think my investment did pretty well because a raw copy just sold for $300. So if I can get a 9.8 for less than what somebody paid for a raw, I'm good with that. And this, of course, is the more rare because, I'm going to tell you right now, man, the regular cover to crack a 9.8 is pretty hard because it's an all black cover. But obviously this has the lower print run, even though I think the regular cover, it looks cooler. It's all black.
I have another one that's not even either of those. It's not a very pretty cover, though. It's ugly, but it's... hang on. I'll show you.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Are you talking the Neil Adams variant? Well, Ryan does that, and, let me do it. I'll just play some music or something. Or shout out to everybody in the live chat, man. Oh, man. Peter Porker... Glad for making it. King going to stay holding down with a wrench. My man Sith Lordly was in there. Where'd he go? Sith Lord, you still in the house? All right. Comic Talks Weekly, Sparks Comics, Doc J, Street Side Anthony Comics. Shout out to Street Side Anthony Comics. Saw the boys at the Connecticut Comic Crawl.
This
right,
one.
Let's see. Hold on, man. Oh, look at that.
And I don't know what this one is, but it's not either of those
it's supposed to be like a Kirby or Ditko homage. They made it look very like retro.
So,
but I like it.
Yeah,
you should look it up. What's the variant ratio on there?
I don't know.
Go on CovrPrice.com while we're doing this, and you can look it up.
All right,
see how that works.
There you go.
All right, so Sentry, did I just do this one? Oh, you did this.
I
one,
did.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Century number 1, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Look at raw copies over 300. And you know what? It wouldn't be a list if we didn't have Toidles. I love Turtle. That's right, boys and girls.
Speaking of video games.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 4, the second printing, which is a really odd book. Behold, one of our favorite TMNT covers. This classic cover had a high sale. Get this. $918 for a CGC 9.6. Our affinity for this cover goes way back to their first video game on the NES console. Sharing this art as it shares the same art as the box on the game. So there you go. So it's kind of a double thing where people collect video games, and then you know how people are grading video games. Well, this is basically the same cover or art that they use for the video game. I wonder if it's vice versa. Either way, probably people saw it and recognized it because it's not a key issue or anything. But now with the advent of people grading video games,
actually, can I share my screen somehow?
Yeah,
because I have that picture of the actual video game screen.
Yeah, do share screen at the bottom.
Oh, I see.
And then you can share like your a tab browser or whatever else.
Yep.
Whenever you're ready. You're leaving the people in suspense.
Oh, so much suspense. Okay, did it work?
No, I don't see it. But either way, I should see it. Did you click on share screen?
Yeah.
Nah, didn't work. Fail. Anyway.
Show my entire screen. Share.
Yeah, I don't.
It doesn't want me to do it. Anyway,
it is.
There's a picture on the verbiage. If you can figure out how to share your screen.
Yeah, man, I can do it. I mean, it's not much. It
looks exactly like this cover.
Yeah, it's exactly like this cover. Yeah. Is the box art on the video game. So what's interesting is here. Do I have to click on Ryan? Maybe. Now it's here.
Are you on? I see the graphic still. Oh, there we go. Okay, now let's see if it worked. Oh my God! Never mind. It didn't work.
All right, we give up. You guys can go Google it. Just take our word for it, man. It's the exact same cover as the video game. So for those who play at home, all right. What's next, Ryan?
Well, this one is my favorite. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do the evens. This one is super cool. I have yet to see a book from 1954 on any of these lists. Carlton Comics, The Thing. A $930 raw comic sale, November 8th. And what's cool about this is the investment. This is Steve Ditko, and I wish Otto was here to read this one. This is Steve Ditko's very first comic book cover, published comic book cover. Wow, $930. And to think that a book from 2010 sold for almost just as much.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome that, Steve, I mean, it was not like any anniversary, but somebody was like out there, I'm a Ditko fan, when to get this. Because I would imagine also that not many of these go up for sale either. You know what I mean? No. Very hard to find. I don't, if it was done at auction, because CovrPrice pulls sales data from four different sites, one of which is an auction site. So, or excuse me, two of which are auction sites. One starts with H, one starts with E. So there you go. But that's pretty dope, man. Who would have known that this does? I wouldn't guess in a million years this was Steve Ditko.
No, me either.
I mean, it's from Charlton, 1954. So obviously, art styles change. But the thing about Kirby, his art style was pretty much the same for the longest time. But man, that is dope. So now man, if you're just out and about and you just see this. Hopefully you have a pornographic memory and you can remember stuff. So, be telepathic and have a pornographic memory and you'll be perfect in life.
Perfect.
That's my motto. All right, let's get to the last one, boys and girls. What do we got? Now, that is the last one.
That was it.
I'm sorry.
That was it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was kind of underwhelming. I mean, so the thing, number one is the last one on the list, but still cool. So I hope you guys like this stuff. There's a little bit different departure from CovrPrice Top 10, which is more trending books, people buying multiple copies. These are typically, this is one sale and pretty high price books, so we like to throw that out there so to help you as collectors and see what's going on. And like I always say, people are visual by nature. When you see things, you remember them, and then all of a sudden you see them out in the blue, maybe one of these books ends up in a dollar bin box, like this one,
I've
maybe?
been out in stores and saw a book and didn't know why, but I'm like, you know what, I've seen this a ton on Instagram, I've seen this a ton on YouTube, I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, that's Instagram is a great place to watch. I mean, YouTube videos, obviously, haul videos, but Instagram also, you just scroll through your feed, you see stuff, you're like, but then you start seeing it more and more and more. You're like, then you get tagged with it. You're like, I need to get that. And then that's the way it goes. Yes, Sequential Greek. CovrPrice shakers are the highest sold and movers are the most units sold. Correct. So on the CovrPrice.com website, there's movers and shakers. So those are units, and the shakers are highest dollar amount. And then the CovrPrice Top 10 is a combination of units moved and price jumped. And that's why we always say it went up by 150, 160, 170%, things of that nature. Quick, Saturday. Just got it today. I'm getting it tonight. We have a long-term spec list. That's right, boys and girls. We got a long-term spec list from my man, Mikey Sutton, coming to you. He wanted me to drop it tomorrow. I said, I don't have enough time. I need to research these characters. So we're going to drop it Saturday. Hopefully some of the guys can join me. I'm going to have to do the research tomorrow, do all the graphics, or maybe Ryan can do the graphics. He's been killing. Ryan's been doing these graphics here on CovrPrice, guys. So make sure you give Ryan kudos for it. It's awesome. Look at that. That's awesome. So now you have the job of doing the graphics for the long-term spec list as well. So
we'll see.
Just to give you a heads up, I got it from my man Mikey Sutton, and I can tell you because it's no. You know what? I ain't gonna tell you, but it is.
Keep him waiting.
MCU related, and it's a new Disney Plus series that we have talked about. This character, the main character, was already on a long-term spec list before, but it looks like this character is getting his own Disney Plus series.
His?
Yep. Oh, I give it out. His, and he was friends with Nova.
Ooh.
In the comic books.
All right, get your encyclopedias out, boys and girls.
That's right. So shout out to everybody. Also, we were doing our annual Black Friday sale.
Yes.
This, let me see, pull up my calendar here. That would be November 27th, 2 weeks from tomorrow. We do it every year, Black Friday sale. We go on for sometimes 4 hours. I know for sure. For sure, for sure, Darkside Jedi, and my man, the Big To Do, asked to join. So you know, Big To Do always brings the heat. He's got a bunch of slabs, so we know you guys are gonna get some good stuff. So save up your Black Friday money. Eat the day after you eat turkey, if you do, and then chillax with us. We're gonna go at auction. Probably start at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and just relax for the rest of the night. Have some fun. Yep. Also, 3 Men in the Basement is having an auction tomorrow, so make sure you check out 3 Men in the Basement auction tomorrow. Make sure you check out the Pressable Defects on Tuesday at 5 p.m. right before us. So you got a Tuesday back-to-back double penetration of comic book goodies on every Tuesday when we do the CovrPrice Top 10. And every Thursday we will be doing the Shakers list until you guys just get sick and tired of seeing us.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. You get to hit the notification bell. So every time we go live, you get a notice 30 minutes in advance, and you get to talk with your friends in the live chat. And, and who knows what happens in there. You guys can sell stuff.
Such a wonderful community.
It is. So we will see you guys Saturday. We'll probably go live. If I can't get enough people to do it, it'll probably be pre-recorded, but I think at least Ryan or somebody will go live. We got a long-term spec list on Saturday. I'll probably drop it in the afternoon somewhere, or maybe late evening. We'll see, depending on what my lady allows me to do. I can't just be like, yeah, I got a YouTube, and she's going to be like saying, well, you got a couch too. Go sleep on it. Like, okay. All right, so we will see you guys on Saturday for the long-term spec list for an MCU Disney Plus series that has not been discussed about yet. So till next time, boys and girls, we will see you Saturday, hopefully, man. Peace. So peace out, everybody.
cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this you shall know that the Lord is
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this you shall know that the Lord is In this you shall know that the Lord is
Go on and get some, boy. What the heck is the deal? I'm the best there is.
In this you shall know that the Lord is
What's in the box? Like a spider monkey.
Oh, I forgot. And keep digging in them long boxes.
Peace.
Now let's do this. Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last. Jump, 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 jump.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is We're here. We're back.
Get to the job. You can't get fresher than this.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 5 greatest heroes. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
When it comes, I won't even notice.
Oh, how so?
I'll be too busy looking good.
You can't understand.